your smart speaker.
Salt Cafe, the best coffee in the Bay, and the view is free. Hit News Briefing. The PM hoses down polling concerns, fresh details on one of Victoria's worst aviation disasters, and the creator of an iconic apple passes away. Hi, it's Flake here with your news briefing. The PM isn't fazed by the latest polling on who will get up at the election. Some of the latest numbers has Labor poised to win at the polls if Australia were to vote today. Scott Morrison says the fight is far from over.
The election is in the hands of the Australian people. It's not in the hand of pollsters or modellers or anyone else. It's in Australians' hands. And I set out very clearly last night the risk that is there.
The Prime Minister's in Tasmania today talking up a $55 million mental health partnership with the state, while the opposition leaders attempted to clarify his party's position on raising the minimum wage. Anthony Albanese confirming Labor would support any independent decision made by the Fair Work Commission on keeping things in line with inflation. However, he's also taken a swipe at the coalition for the hysterics around his position.
They talk about how strong the economy is, but a $1 increase for those people who are on the absolute minimum wage, somehow the sky will fall in.
The Labor leader's been in Queensland talking up a potential $100 million partnership with the state government there to get a battery construction precinct going. Speaking of Queensland, some timely investments coming into play following the latest wild weather to batter the state. Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk confirming registrations are open for its new home resilience package, which is worth close to $750 million.
Today I can announce the biggest home resilience scheme that Australia has ever seen. The $741 million Resilient Homes Fund will allow flood-affected Queenslanders to raise, repair, retrofit or have their homes voluntarily bought back.
The current weather system there causing havoc's now moving south. To New South Wales, and police have stopped a man who was allegedly trying to flee the country as part of an investigation into a bizarre drug smuggling plot in Newcastle. A diver was found dead in the city's port Monday morning near packages of cocaine worth $20 million. Detectives are heading to Queensland to try and get the man extradited to New South Wales. The preliminary report into a fatal helicopter crash in Victoria earlier this year has been released. 5 people were killed when the aircraft went down at Mount Disappointment in March. It's been found the chopper had no pre-existing defects and appears to have hit an old-growth tree. And the guy who created the pink lady apples passed away. WA local John Cripps has died aged 95. His apple was unveiled in the early 90s following decades of research.
Ergon is urging drivers to slow down when roadside power line works are in progress. Please follow the traffic control signs and speed limits for everyone's safety.
Starting with AFL, and Leon Cameron's revealed it's a mutual and mature decision to part ways as coach of GWS. He'll lead the Giants for the final time against the Blues Sunday, with the side well out of finals contention. Cameron's revealed what led to his resignation a little earlier today.
So on Tuesday when I caught up with Dave, we said I think the time's right to have a bit of breathing space for the club to look for its next coach, because it's not, as I've always said, it's not a 1-year appointment. The next coach will be a 3 or 4 year appointment, and I've been here for 10 years.
The highlights of Cameron's time in charge leading them to a grand final appearance in 2019. 10 RL, and there's Broncos players hoping to impress State of Origin selectors against Manly tomorrow night. Katoni Staggs is in contention for his first Blues jersey as they look to replace Latrell Mitchell in the centres, while skipper Adam Reynolds says Pat Carrigan deserves a shot for the Maroons.
Yeah, I think he should, mate. He was good on the weekend. He provided another, dimension in attack for us defensively. He's always solid.
And Memphis has stayed alive in their NBA Players Series with Golden State, taking game 134 to 95.
Showers and the chance of a thunderstorm on the Fraser coast. It'll drop down to 19 degrees overnight, rain and 24 tomorrow, much of the same over the weekend. Our listener app is the home of local news. Download now to listen live or on demand.